Well then, welcome to the No Dunks podcast presented by FanDuel. It's Monday, December 8th, 2025. I'm Jay Skeets here in the now very festive Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, Tess Mellis.
Here we go, stream team and podcasters.
Next to him, it's my top shot hot boy, Trey Kirby.
Heyo.
Heyo. And over yonder, making the magic happen, super producer JD.
Hello.
There he is. Here we are. Got the tree up, got the lights up, the stockings are hung, got the funky leg lamp on a table. Feels good in here. Holiday season is upon us.
There's frickin' snow on the monitors.
Yeah, it's a nice touch, JD. Very nice
Can
touch.
you believe it in the South?
Garland everywhere.
Freaking snow on the monitors.
If you like what you see here on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe, share the show. Podcast listeners, come on over to see it, and then leave us a 5-star rating and review on the podcast of your choice. Lots to talk about because it's a Monday. We do weekend winners and losers. It's the best recap pod in the game. But first, we had a wedgie. And we go back to Friday night, and it was Bryce Sensabaugh with a 3-point wedgie from the quarter. I think he's got one of the coolest names in the league. Bryce Sensabaugh. Mm-hmm. What a name. Sensational Sensabaugh? No. Sensible Sensabaugh? Yes.
You've heard of Curious Mike? How about Sensible Bryce?
So we are up to 19 wedgies now on the year, on pace for 57. So good stuff there from Sensabaugh.
They're down 30-6 when he let that rip.
Yeah.
I got to say that's the first ever wedgie to be down 30-6 before.
Probably.
Just guessing.
Yeah, well, we'll get to the Knicks in a little bit here. They had a great weekend. But let's start with you, Tass. Who's your big winner of the weekend?
Well, the Golden State Warriors are surviving without Steph Curry right now. They won 2 games without him this weekend on a back-to-back. They go into Cleveland. They don't have Steph. They don't have Draymond. They don't have Jimmy. They don't have Al Horford, but they got depth. They got people chipping in. So those guys who realize what their jobs are. What's your job? You really have to keep that ball moving. You got to hustle. You got to play freaking defense. And that happened against Cleveland, who's struggling in some ways for sure. But one guy who isn't is Donovan Mitchell, and I think they did a good job on him, holding him to 8 points in that first half when they got out to that lead. They held Cleveland overall to just 34% shooting. And we got to highlight Pat Spencer, who got his first start of the season in that game, who knows his job. As I said, he keeps that ball moving. He never stops his dribble, and he keeps on hustling. It's not quite Steph, check the mileage on how many miles he ran, but he keeps going, and he will just relocate all the time. And he led the team in scoring. He hit consecutive threes at a key time in the fourth quarter. And he dropped the "I'm a mother," as he says now. I was wrong.
It's his catchphrase.
Yeah, I was wrong in the previous game when I said he looks like he killed somebody in a horror movie. Now, not that I was wrong about that, but I just didn't know exactly what he said. I should have checked the lips and what he said. He says every time. He says, "I'm a mother."
He's got Steve Kerr now saying it.
Yeah, I guess that's the new "I'm him," but with swearing. I guess
it's the explicit version of him.
But he does a great job. Again, he had that previous one in Philadelphia with 1 minute left with that 3, and then Steve Kerr said, "You're starting, my man, Brandon Bajemski. You're coming off the floor or coming off the bench." And I thought Pods, even though he was not playing in the previous game in the fourth quarter, had a good one in this one and finished the game finally in this one, just playing his role. The guy who didn't have a good game was Jonathan Kuminga. Mm-hmm. He didn't play in the fourth quarter or to close the game again, a second game in a row in that Cleveland game. He took too many shots, too many ISO shots. He was 1 of 10. And you could see even Pat Spencer at one point said, just rotate it. But he didn't. He went into that ISO mode, and that's why he was 1 of 10. And you could see there's clips of Draymond Green in his ear on the bench in the fourth quarter trying to help him out, trying to be his guidance. But they're so confident. Was that me hitting that light, or did it just drop?
It just dropped.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought I was so excited talking about Pat Spencer, I might have thrown an arm out there. But in the fourth quarter, literally, no fine. Kuminga. No, it's fine. And then Kuminga didn't even play on the Sunday game against Chicago Bulls. They said DMPCD. You were sitting.
Which is crazy because they're down a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Jimmy's back, but yeah, that is
Yeah,
wild.
Jimmy comes back on Sunday. But yes, they're very short. Again, no Draymond, no Steph. And Al doesn't even play anymore right now. Al Horford is injured. But Pods, again, off the bench. Pat Spencer, you're still starting. I thought it was a great game from him. 21 points, 5 threes. Supporting guys coming through. D'Anthony Melton on a steal when it's a 3-on-1. Yeah, Melton, you did it. But the Warriors, again, good defense against the Bulls, Trey. I don't know how much you want to get into this.
They
but
suck. They're the worst team in the league right now.
The worst team in the league?
Yeah, they've lost to all of the worst teams
Yeah,
in the
they
league in
have.
the past 2 weeks. Overall, are they the worst team in the league? No, but the last 2 weeks, definitely the worst team in the league. This was a pathetic effort from the Bulls.
Yeah.
I could have scored against them.
Vooch knew something, didn't he?
He was 100% right. He's like, if we keep playing like this after beating the Wizards by one, we're going to lose every game. And since then, they've lost every game.
Yeah, they're bad.
They're terrible.
Yeah,
They didn't need Kuminga.
No, they did not. They did not. So they sat him. They went to Browntown just like the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors go to Browntown with their jerseys. That was my segue.
They did, yeah. They
Brown
looked-
jerseys. Do you like those?
I do like it, but it was weird
mind 'em.
because they played on the road against Cleveland, and Cleveland was wearing like their throwback LeBron era jerseys, and the Warriors looked like the home team.
Yeah.
They were matching the two-tone court there, but
Right.
it fits with Pat Spencer's face. That guy is an ultimate two-namer. You got to call him full name Pat Spencer.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like a murderer. He looks, well, I mean, he looks like a cop, so. You know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll compliment that. Why? I
But
don't
he's
know.
been awesome. Pajemski has been good. I thought Quentin Post was good in both of these games for the Warriors. Like you said, the ball is moving, but they're basically winning on defense. I
Yeah.
can't believe the
Yep.
Warriors are second in the league in defensive rating. They've held their opponents under 100 points in 4 of the last 5 games. If you keep the scoring number that low, you don't need a whole bunch of offense, and they're getting just enough offense from the system really ticking. They're getting so many back cuts. Like Guy Santos has been an important player for them because he's a never-stop-moving guy as well. They just feel like they're clicking right now. I think it's nice to get 2 wins on the road as well. I think they were 4-9 on the road coming into this weekend. Took care of business against a terrible Bulls team and a Cavs team that's really struggling right now. But they're playing the right way. They're playing hard. And, I mean, Kuminga's going to be on the team for another week.
Only a week.
December 15th?
Is he
Yes.
available on the 15th or the January 15th? I don't remember.
I can-
Whichever it is, he's long gone. And that's what Draymond's whispering in his ear. Keep your head up, man. Keep your trade value up because you're getting shipped out for sure. Because, I mean, his spot has been taken by Pat Spencer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you literally have to have guys that move the ball and also play hard on defense and just not play iso ball to get the most out of your offense so you don't just try and shoot over guys, and that's what's happening. And yeah, Guy Santos, I can't help but think of Anderson Varejao when I see him in his flowing hair, and you watch him play against Cleveland, who Anderson Varejao played for both those teams in Golden State and Cleveland. Couldn't help but think about Anderson Varejao. But yeah, those guys, you can name guys. They got him playing.
Kuminga, trade eligible January 15th.
Nice.
Yes,
Nice.
not December 15th. So still a little while here, but yeah, all these other guys stepping up and taking his minutes, and rightfully so because they're delivering. Especially Pat Spencer is like, what a couple days for him, man. He's on every second Instagram reel I see. It's about Pat Spencer now,
man.
which because he's been amazing. He's got dropping the motherfucker, and then you get the backstory when people are learning this guy was the best lacrosse player in the country, and then what? And then became a basketball player in his 5th year of college, and then is now in the pros contributing. So it's pretty funny.
I guess you got to run playing lacrosse because watching Pat,
Hell yeah.
he just keeps going. It's
a big field.
Keeps going. Yeah, it's a lot.
All right, so the Warriors, shorthanded Warriors at that, a winner of the weekend. Who you got, Trey?
The hottest team in the league in the non-Thunder division is the Boston Celtics. 5 straight wins for them. They've won 7 of their last 8, up to 3rd in the Eastern Conference. They smoked the Lakers on Friday. No Luka, no LeBron. So, they took care of business and then held on against the Raptors. Weird game. Built a 23-point lead and blew it pretty much instantly. Almost gone by the end of the 4th quarter. Raptors came back, tied it, and then Boston came back, held on to win in the end. They won both these games basically the exact same way. It's by making 3-pointers. 20 against Toronto, 24 against the Lakers. That's their 3rd straight games with 20 or more made threes. And that was the Celtics that we kind of expected coming into the season. They might not be very good on defense. They don't have a defensive backbone that can really shut things down inside. They're not a great defensive rebounding team, so sometimes their possessions last a long time, but they're making a whole bunch of 3-pointers now in the last 10 games. 1st in offense, 20th in defense, and it's kind of been Derek White and Peyton Pritchard, who are both really good against the Raptors. who have taken a step forward recently. 20 per game, 45 from the field, 38 from 3 on 10 attempts per game for Derek White in the last 10 games for the Celtics. Peyton Pritchard's gone for 18 a game, 36 from 3 on 9 attempts. It was just a matter of time before those guys finally started making three-pointers. Now that they are, the Celtics offense looks really, really good. I think Anthony Simons has kind of turned it up a little bit too in the last 10 games. He's like a 50-40 guy. And ever since Jordan Walsh has stepped into the starting lineups, things are working. 10-2 with him as a starter. Just does the dirty work. He plays defense. He blocks some shots here and there, which I think are kind of like surprising blocks. And then the offensive rebounding has been a huge boon for the Celtics, getting him extra possessions and giving him more shots on the offensive end. And when you're shooting that well, a lot of them come after offensive rebounds. So his scrappiness, I think, has been big time for Boston.
Yeah, I thought their defense came out because of him with just this grit, and that's who he is. And that's why the Raptors had to come back with their two-way players. They went deep. They went 12 deep in this game.
Should have stuck with them.
With A.J. Lawson. And
I mean, all those guys got them back in the game, and then Darko went back, as you probably would, to like your Quickleys and your Pirtles, and they got exposed once again, just like they did in the first half.
Yeah.
Pirtle can't move. I think he must wake up like because of a back issue and be like, some days it's like tight, can't move at all. Other days maybe it's better. And then Quickly is just not a great defensive player. And the Celtics know that, and they just put him in every type of action. He got exposed, those two, I thought. But then they got back in the game with the scrappiness of the two-way guys, and then they went back to the starters anyway.
Yeah, it's a little scary with Jakob Poeltl because he's important to them. The screen assists are up. He plays hard, but he just signed this monstrous contract extension. I use the word monstrous a lot. I know people are out there after me. I use the word frickin' a lot, but that is a big contract for a guy who's looking physically troubled with his back, and he's 30 now, so that's a little bit scary. But Jordan Walsh, I think from the get-go, just had this Boston Celtics team clicking and fighting and scrapping, and so that's why Darko said, okay, we're going deep. AJ Lawson, Elijah Martin, and Ochai Abaji was really, really good. He was chest bumping Darko Rajakovic in the third quarter. No joke. That's who got them back in this game. There's no doubt. But yeah, the worrisome part is here if the Raptors hit this rut right before the NBA Cup quarterfinals. They ain't looking right now. Maybe they're just everybody's using they played 5 games in 7 nights, which is totally true. And Brandon Ingram and even Emmanuel Quickley and Scotty Barnes have played in every single game this season. Has it caught up to them? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. But it's no excuse. Either way, they did fight back in this game.
But it is wild that the Celtics have lost Tatum. They lost Al Horford. They traded Drew Holiday. They traded Kristaps Porzingis. And yet here they are 25 games in now. And they're what? Top 5, top 4 offense in the league? That is impressive. Like you said, the three-point shooting has come around. And then all these other guys, like Joe Mazzulla, like they go small a lot. Like Keita plays, he's their starting center, but then there's a lot of Walsh as their center. There's a lot of other guys filling in. Minot even as their small wall center. So, yeah, they're like, it's confusing some teams, I think, but they just play their ass off. They take on like the persona of their coach. They're very similar to their previous coach in Udoka and how the Rockets play. That's what the Celtics do. They take on Mazzulla's sort of presence and his mindset and play their asses off. And they have a great record. I think a lot of people thought that record would be flipped at this point. But now they're top 3, I think, in the Eastern Conference. Yeah,
and they lost 3 games to the Sixers by one
very
possession
close.
games. They could have, I don't know what the actual first place in the Eastern Conference. I guess they would be really close. They would at least be second in the East if all of those flipped. But Boston is going to be tough the entire season. They know how to play. They know how to play together. They've found their identity. And the Tatum thing is a question mark. Like, can he come back? He'll help. He won't be Jason Tatum first team All-NBA right away, but he's a big dude. He helps with the rebounding. He's a playmaker. He'll draw eyes. He'll take some possessions away from your Jordan Walshes out there. But I don't know. He wants to come back, obviously. I'm still convinced that the first video they showed that got everybody hyped, I think they sped it up a little bit.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I think it was like 1.2 speed.
Oh, like me listening to Spotify podcasts.
It looked a little glitchy to me.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. Be interesting to see him on the court and be interesting to see what Boston decides to do because they still are like a question mark as well from like a salary standpoint, right? When they traded for Anthony Simons, it's like, will he be here this entire year? Will they make some sort of move if things are going poorly during the season? They're not going poorly. this is a good gap year for Boston, and they might just try and roll out Tatum whenever it happens and take their chances in the playoffs because they've got the know-how to win in the postseason.
Yep. Before I get to my winner of the weekend, my first one, let me just start by saying OKC, down SGA, and a bunch of other guys did win their 15th straight game in a 30-point win over the Jazz on Sunday. So they are now 23-1. They could be a winners of the weekend every Monday here on No Dunks. They're the third team in NBA history to win at least 23 of their first 24 games. It's the 1970 Knicks started 23-1, and then, of course, the team in Golden State, 2016 Warriors, beginning 24-0. And we all know where we were the night the streak was snapped.
Wow,
Ernie Johnson's house.
He might be getting ready to have that party again.
He might be. I don't know. Did we get the invite this year? I'm not sure. So
He was
that's
celebrating
where
the
fun
Bulldogs win this weekend.
That's right. He's riding high. He's riding high. So that's where OKC is. But my winner of the weekend, I think for the second or third weekend in a row, not by me, but by somebody here at this desk, Jalen Johnson has to be a winner of the weekend. 2 games for the Hawks this weekend, 2 triple-doubles for Jalen Johnson. Friday night, he registered a triple-double in the first half. He had 11 points, 10 boards, 12 assists. It was the second fastest triple-double in NBA history. Took him like 16 minutes and 44 seconds. The only guy to do it ever faster in NBA history was the guy he was playing in Jokic, who did it in 2 minutes faster way back in 2018. Jokic did it in like 14:30 of game time, had a triple-double.
That's,
Remember that?
I mean, like, number of possession-wise, that barely adds up to me.
Mind-blowing.
He's got to score 10 points and dish out 10 assists. Like,
It's crazy.
how many possible possessions can there be in 14 minutes?
Yep. It's a great point.
16, I'd say. I mean, a little.
It's got to be.
It's like 20 probably at the
Yeah.
max, you know?
The assists. The assists are the hard part, but not surprising with that guy.
No.
That's
And so
amazing.
I bring that up because that's who Jalen Johnson and the Hawks were playing on Friday night. They built a massive lead. Jalen Johnson, like I said, triple-double in the first half in limited time. But then the Nuggets spoiled his big night because they come storming back. And it was Jokic, brutal first half, couldn't hit a shot. And in the second half, oh, man, he just put the Hawks in the basket. Somebody said he took him into the deep end of the pool, which I love that, man, because he is just, I'm bigger than all you guys. I'm going to back you up and do my little flip shot. So they come back. Great, entertaining game. Jokic finished with 40 points, 9 boards, 8 assists. Jamal Murray had I can't believe I'm going to say this, a phenomenal defensive stand at the end of the game. If you saw that, scrambling everywhere on the kill Alexander Walker. So that was great. Entertaining game, but Johnson, huge. Because then in the next game, he kept it going. He had another triple-double in the next one. So on Saturday, 30 points, 12 boards, 12 assists in a win over the Wizards. And he shot 10 of 18 from the floor, perfect at the line. So back-to-back triple-doubles. I got some fun stats about this. 6 career triple-doubles, breaking a tie with Cliff Hagan and Bill Bridges for second place on the Atlanta Hawks all-time list.
Not Bill Bridges.
Yeah.
Haggins.
Yeah, Hagan and Bridges. Do you know who has the most
Bridges.
triple-doubles in Hawks history? One more and he ties this person.
Joe Johnson?
No, it's
Josh Smith?
a good 90s Hawks name. No.
Mookie Blaylock?
Mookie Blaylock
Yeah.
with 7. Johnson, back to that Friday night game, 6th NBA player to register a triple-double by halftime. The others, Westbrook, Jokic, Luka, Domantas Sabonis,
Oh, yeah.
and Kevin Johnson. There's another 90s point guard for you, I guess late 80s, early 90s point guard. And he also became the second player in Hawks history, Johnson did, to record consecutive triple-doubles, joining... You'll never get this
Wait,
name.
say it again?
Consecutive triple-doubles by an Atlanta Hawk.
Yeah, 2004 happened in April, end of the year.
I was going to say Josh Smith, but that's just before considering it was April. That's right before Josh Smith was drafted.
White guy. You think of him as a Cleveland Cavalier.
Sura.
There you go,
Nice.
Bob
I actually
Sura.
remember him having consecutive triple-doubles. I wouldn't have thought it was the Hawks, though.
Yeah. So Jalen Johnson turns 24 years old in 10 days. So his birthday's coming up. He is a guaranteed lock at this point to make the All-Star team. He's averaging 23, 11, and 8. His shooting splits are unreal. At this point, I think you'd be almost silly to include him in a Giannis trade, in any hypothetical Giannis trade. Maybe you're taking him off the table. And he's just been on a heater right now and is leading the Hawks here, even though they split those games over the weekend.
I just like how slow and in control he
God,
plays.
yeah.
To have 28 assists over 2 games, I start to think, oh, maybe it's just these one pass assists that shouldn't be assists. But because there's so much attention on him, his assists are usually one pass away. And so it makes sense. And because he can see above everybody, you have to pay attention to him because he's so in control. He's feeling great.
Gets a lot of lobs on alley-oops, on fast breaks as well.
Yeah.
He's always throwing an alley-oop on a fast break. Blind rank these Eastern Conference Jalens. Okay. Number 1, Jalen Brunson.
Wow.
I'll only give you 4.
Oh, blind rank.
The All-Stars, the All-Star Jalens. Eastern
Yeah,
All-Star Jalens.
Yeah.
I'm going 1.
Brunson 1.
Yeah,
I'm going 1.
I'd put him. I know. Yeah, I'm putting him 1 because we know who's coming here.
Second Jalen to rank, Jalen Duren.
Ooh, this is hard.
4th.
Yeah, 3rd. I'm going 3rd.
Unless he's
I'm going
got
3rd.
something up his sleeve.
Jalen Brown.
2 for
2.
me. Yeah.
Jalen Johnson.
3. Okay.
4 for me. Yeah.
Okay. I felt happy about that.
That was dirty. I did him dirty, putting him below Jalen
I got
Duren.
Brunson, Brown, Johnson, and Duren or in order right now, but dear God,
I think that's right.
They're all All-Stars.
They're all All-Stars.
Wow, what a team.
You know who should go to the 3-point contest at the All-Star game? Veet Krejci.
Sure.
9 for 17 this weekend. Shooting 45% on 6 attempts per this season. Guy can't miss right now. Came in as like a guy who only threw fancy passes, and now he's a 40% 3-point shooter. Hawks have a lot of guys having very hot shooting seasons. If you go and look at the 3-point percentages, that's how you get a lot of assists. We do talk a lot about Jalen Johnson. One guy that doesn't come up too often, Onyeka Okongwu.
Oh, yeah.
This guy's having an excellent season. 21, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks against the Wizards. Didn't make a 3, but he's shooting 35% on 5 attempts this season. He's becoming Al Horford. Like an undersized big man whose defensive acumen comes from being able to switch and kind of guard anybody in a pinch. Not the greatest rebounder, but the stretchiness he gives you on offense really makes up for the physicality on defense. He can play next to Porzingis. He can be the center when Porzingis was out, which is often enough. It's easy to slot Okongwu up to the 5. He's had a really, really good year, and I think you can see what Ansi was cooking when he went and got all of these spacey guys to put around Trae Young. But guess what? It works when Jalen Johnson is the guy who's handling the ball too.
Yeah, Onyeka taking it to another level, shooting the ball like way more 3s per game than he ever shot, was something that I didn't see coming. But he's just a modern day center that he can do that. He creates so much space out there.
My final thought on Jalen Johnson, I hate to do this to Hornets fans, but I was looking at the 21 draft, which is a loaded draft, and Jalen Johnson went 20th. The Hornets had 2 picks before, obviously, Jalen Johnson was selected. It's like, wow, man, that would have been a nice addition to a Hornets team that could have used some talent there, because they took James Bouknight at number 11. That's Hurts. And then they traded for the number 19 pick, I think from the Knicks, and took Kai Jones. So,
Whoops.
yeah, I know there's other teams that passed on Jalen Johnson as well. I get that, but that's 2 right there.
The book on Jalen Johnson at the time was he quit on his team.
Yeah. Yep.
It was a COVID season. He wanted to get ready for the draft.
Yeah. That's right.
He made the right call.
So let's do another round here of weekend winners. Who you got?
Well, speaking of the draft, Cedric Coward, who just came out of the draft, is absolutely peaking. He's started for the last 11 games. He ain't going back to the bench. He just looks so good and so comfortable with the ball in his hands. Even though he doesn't look like he's monstrous, he ain't Jalen Johnson's height, but the way he can slice through little gaps, dribbling through, he can spin through, he can shoot over at times if he picks, because he's listed at 6'5", but he feels bigger.
He's got a long wingspan.
He's got
a high
monstrous
release.
Yeah, he's so strong. So he looks great against the Clippers on Friday. 23 points, 14 boards, 5 assists. He's so good at driving on the break. He's incredible. When he's on the break, can't stop him. He had a huge one, 2 minutes left against the Clippers. And then on the Sunday against the Portland Trail Blazers, I just like how mature this guy is. He went straight up, a vertical block, doing what he's supposed to do, staying within it when Denny Avdia came into him, and not throwing his hands around. Then he got down, and Denny tripped him. And Cedric Coward said, whoa, we got a fast break to go. So he got up. He didn't bitch with Danny Avdija or with the referee. I mean, he did for a brief moment, but then he got on the fast break. And it was a beautiful setup of an alley-oop for him. A great pass from him. He just does what's right for the team over and over and over and over again. So the Grizzlies, they beat the Blazers to distance themselves in the play-in right now because the Grizzlies sit in 9th. They've won 5 of 6 and 7 of 9. Now, not great teams that they beat, but who cares? They're doing fine, and it looks like they drafted a guy, again, who's going to be starting for them forever. Will he get better at shooting the three? I think so, because he's not an incredible three-point shooter at this point, but he was way better in college, so I think he can get to that. He's like 31-ish%, so it's not great, but who cares? It feels like he's solid on every part of the basketball floor.
Right. Soft part of the schedule for the Grizzlies, but they are racking up these victories here and are in the play-in consideration as they battle. I guess they're going to be battling teams like the Mavericks and, the Blazers and stuff like that. Any thoughts on Coward or the Grizz?
7-4 with Zach Edey back. I think that's been the biggest difference for them is having a guy who's an interior presence on both sides. When Edey plays, the Memphis defense is really, really stingy, under 100 points per 100 possessions. And then he's a tough guard on the offensive end, drawing free throws or just getting down low and kicking the ball out or finishing over the top. He's definitely been a huge change for them. But you watch Cedric Coward play against the Clippers, and it's impossible to not see some Kawhi Leonard in his game. He's got some Jimmy Butler in his game, and that they're all three like powerful guards who aren't going to necessarily overwhelm you with quickness and athleticism and fast twitch muscles, but they are long, strong, down to get the friction on. And they're in the lane game is all really good. Like the not at the rim, but also not a deep long two, like the 14-footers, I feel like Coward excels at. Maybe he will get better on the offensive end shooting threes, but at least he's got enough touch on the inside that he can still play efficiently, starts to draw some free throws. That's how Jimmy Butler becomes an awesome player, take care of the ball. That's another Jimmy Butler kind of thing. But to get this kind of performance from a guy who's a rookie, an older rookie, makes a little bit of sense, but between Coward and Edey, it's like you can already see the outlines of the next couple of guys who are going to be major players for the Grizzlies.
Absolutely. Who else do you have on your winners list?
I got Naz Reid.
Reid, drop it in the chat.
That's right. Get your towels out. We're going surfing with Naz Reid. Got a very solid play, game winner. 22 seconds left against the Clippers. Jaden McDaniels misses a pull-up mid-range jumper. Naz Reid tips it out to the perimeter. 4 passes, bing, 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 boom, bop, boop, bop, 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 fizzing around. Finds Naz in the corner for a three-pointer to put Minnesota up 3. We had some fouling nonsense going on after that, but the Timberwolves were able to hold on to the victory against the Clippers, largely because of Naz Reid. Had 14 points in the fourth quarter, went 4 of 4 from 3, had 2 beautiful assists as well, 5 rebounds, including the offensive rebound that led to his knockdown 3 from the corner. But kind of a crazy game for the Timberwolves. They got up by 18. Clippers came all the way back. They were leading by 9 in the fourth quarter, and then it was a Timberwolves comeback. So it's got to feel special to blow a lead and also have a comeback in the same game. But 5 straight wins for Minnesota, 2 of them against the Pelicans, 1 against the Clippers, You got to win the games you got to win, but they also beat the Spurs and the Celtics. Jaden McDaniels was massive in the game against the Clippers. 27 points, 10 of 13 shooting, having by far his best offensive season. Anthony Edwards didn't play good in either of the games that Minnesota played over the weekend. He seems to have trouble adjusting to extra defensive attention when they throw it at him sometimes, but McDaniels, Randall, and Naz Reid were able to make up the slack.
Naz Reid. He is a phenomenal player. Yeah, I love watching him put it on the floor because we just automatically associate him with shooting the 3 ball, but he can. He looks like a guard at times when he wants to.
Naz Reid.
Cap
locks, of course. Are they dropping it? I haven't checked. I know the chat was funky for JD this morning. Naz Reid, there it is. I see Swish saying it. All caps locks. Good.
Yeah, he's had an okay season. I think Naz Reid.
He's barely been talked about here.
Yeah, exactly. When he plays well, the Timberwolves look good.
Yeah.
And he's got such a weird jumper. That guy has one of the least vertical jumpers in the league. It's like him and Towns, just as a push shot for him.
Yeah.
But
Marc Gasol-like for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
He can hit it.
He can hit it. And, the Timberwolves, 15-8. That's good. even though I haven't been super impressed with them
No,
this season.
they're a
but I'm
weird
like,
team.
Their record is pretty good.
Yeah.
Their defense is
With
getting
ya.
pretty good.
Yep.
I still think they can be better, but they win enough.
Yeah. My final winner of the weekend, it's going to go to the New York Knicks here. And you sort of alluded to this, Tass, but I wanted to expand on it. When it comes to the Eastern Conference NBA Cup teams, the Knicks are the only squad coming into Tuesday night's quarterfinal games playing well. Raptors can't beat the Hornets and lost to the Celtics. They've lost 3 straight. The Magic have lost 2 of their last 3 and their leading scorer, which we'll get to, I'm sure, when we get to losers of the weekend. And the Heat have also lost 3 straight. They got waxed by the Kings. Zach LaVine lit their ass up over the weekend. So it's like, of the 4 teams that are going to play on Tuesday night, the Knicks are the only one playing well. And they had a great weekend. On Friday night, they opened the game against the Utah Jazz on a 23-0 run. And then it got to 30-6, and then we got a wedgie from Sensabaugh. But that is the largest in the NBA, that 23-0 run, since detailed play-by-play for all 4 quarters began in 97. There's never been a game where it started 23-0. That was weird to see. It's like a football score right there. 3 touchdowns and a safety. They got OG Anunoby back in that one, so that was good to see. Deuce McBride was on fire from 3. Brunson, Cat, playing at their all-star level. Easy win. Then on Sunday afternoon, no Cat. They kept him out of the lineup, but OG I thought looked a lot better. He chipped in 21 points, 7 boards. Brunson, 30 points, 9 assists. Josh Hart did his thing. Knicks beat the Magic 106-100 in the afternoon game there in Madison Square Garden. So the Knicks are 13-1 at home and got a little revenge against the Magic because they hadn't beat them all season long. And they did it without Cat, like I said. So good stuff on the floor. Some funny moments, too, with some of their guys, specifically Josh Hart and Mitchell Robinson. They had 2 hilarious moments over the weekend. The first one was Mitchell Robinson finding out Josh Hart was mic'd up. And Mitchell Robinson started, like, plugging his TikTok account.
Yeah.
Saying, you like trucks? Come follow me. So that was good.
What was his username? It's a funny username.
Yeah, I forget off the top of my head.
Forget it. You guess you didn't do a good enough job selling it,
No, you
Mitch.
gotta sell us more. But then they had an even funnier moment on Sunday. Josh Hart had his kids on the bench, like sitting on his lap, and suddenly got called back into the game by Mike Brown. So he took his kid and handed it to Mitchell Robinson. I mean, you can see Mitchell Robinson's face. Like the camera work, unfortunately, like the camera, like I get it. They followed Josh Hart into the game. But you just see Mitchell Robinson's face for a second, like, what the hell? I'm not babysitting here. Like, why are you giving me your kid? Super funny. Vibes are great for the Bing Bong Boys. So that was good. And also on Sunday, this clip was making its way around. Walt Clyde Frazier, the Hall of Fame legend, he interviewed the Rizzler. And the interview was amazing because Clyde has no idea who the hell the Rizzler is and like why he's popular. Yeah, but it's like the Rizzler's super genuine, man. Like this kid is endearing, man.
I love the Rizzler.
And it's a funny interview, and there's a funny photo we're showing everybody on YouTube. Clyde has a children's book, so I think it was Kids Day there on Sunday afternoon. So that's why we had the kids there, and that's why we had the Rizzler and all that stuff. So it all works together. But the Knicks are looking awesome on the floor, and all these hilarious moments, either off it or on the bench.
Yeah, the Knicks are looking good. Yeah. It's good. It's good for them to have OG Anunoby back.
Yeah.
I mean, peaking at the right time as they enter the NBA Cup, which is the opposite for the team that they're going to play.
Time.
Yeah, man, it's NBA Cup time.
I think peak for the Cup.
Maybe the Raptors were holding out because they're ready for the NBA Cup. They saw Charlotte on the schedule. They said, "No, we're saving our game."
Trap weekend.
It is a trap weekend, man. Maybe. I'm a little worried about again. All those guys playing so many games. Brandon Ingram played 18 last year. He's played 25 all year. I don't know if he's on the LeBron plan. I want to play in all 82 games, but he's talked about it. Yeah. We don't need that. The NBA Cup is here for a reason, to go play NBA Cup games, because the schedule, it ain't that nice. 5 games in 7 nights, as I said. You got to sit one. Just chill. Not that I want guys to sit out games, but it only makes sense. Like their bodies are going to wear down a bit.
Definitely when you see the way he's been playing.
Yeah, he's not right.
He looks exhausted. He's turning the ball over left and right. He can't hit a shot right now. So, yeah, he looks tired. But that's excuses also as well.
It is.
They're playing a tougher part of their schedule. Had a tough part where they had a lot of games. But
they're ready for the Cup. They're ready for the Cup.
The Knicks are ready for the Cup.
They are.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about the Raptors on Tuesday night.
For sure.
Yeah.
The Knicks are interesting because Brunson's their best player, number one Jalen in the Eastern Conference.
Yes.
Clutch player of the year.
Agreed.
Karl Anthony Towns is their biggest swing player. When he plays well, the Knicks look unbeatable. But OG Anunoby is their key player because he unlocks the best version of the Knicks because he hits wide open threes, he runs the court, he closes up, he drives closeouts and gets to the rim, actually puts pressure on the rim, and he makes plays defensively. He can guard the bigger wings out there, which is something I think that Bridges kind of struggles with because he's just a slighter guy. But the shot blocking that OG brings is like a huge thing for the Knicks, not to mention all the other defensive plays he makes. So when he plays, they look like they're supposed to look, I think. And that's the important thing when it comes to the most important part of the season, the Cup, December. So, yeah, I think having him back just in time to raise the Victor Solomon would be very impressive for New York.
Yeah, Bridges is equally as important, I'd say.
No, he's not.
If
I'm
you had
saying
said,
he's not. I'm saying completely he's not.
I understand. Well, he needs to play. Otherwise,
don't worry,
they got problems.
He always plays.
No, I know.
Exactly, yeah.
I know.
That's not an
He was
issue.
great against the Magic, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, he's good. There's no doubt about it. But OG, for me, is the guy who makes the Knicks sing.
Well, I like Mike Brown's doing the very diplomatic thing. Like, all-star talk is coming up, and he is saying, like, Mike Brown, I saw the clip, like, Brunson and Cat, they're all-stars. They're locks. Now, we had Cat on our all-star team. I think some people are maybe leaving him off. But anyway, then he starts doing the whole thing like, you know what? If I'm being honest too, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, they should be in the all-star consideration too. So he's going to bat for his four main guys there. And also, Josh Hart is goddamn good too. I mean, that guy, he's special and has an impact on winning basketball. So maybe try and get 5 Knicks into the all-star game. Unlikely. Get the Rizzler in while we're at it.
What do you think he wants for Christmas?
The Rizzler?
Yeah, what would you get him?
How old?
The kid that has everything.
How old is this kid?
How old do you think?
He looks like 11.
He's 9. I couldn't believe it. I looked it up this morning.
I always have a feeling like in the pit of my stomach that there's like an Andy Milanakis thing going on with the Rizzler, that he's like a 19-year-old guy or something like that. But he's not. He's a legit kid, just with a lot of charisma.
There's a
Why do you
9-year-old
buy the
kid.
Rizzler? Twizzlers?
He's probably frustrated with that. More Twizzlers? I don't even like Twizzlers.
Oh, I think he does like Twizzlers. I think you're wrong, my friend. Anyway, Knicks, winner of the weekend.
Just get him Legos.
Get him Legos.
Does he like Legos? He looks more like a Switch 2 guy. Like more games for
He
the
likes his
Switch 2.
video
That's the
games.
game.
For sure.
The game for sure.
All right, we got to take a break. Then we'll get into NBA weekend losers.
FanDuel is your home for live betting. It feels like games are always live, even when they haven't started, because those game lines, they are a-dancing. I was checking on games last night. Today, they're different. Phoenix, Minnesota got smaller. Spurs, Pelicans also got smaller. And even if you missed the start of the game or want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. However you want to play, now is the perfect time to join because FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. Don't bet on the Raps in the NBA Cup. It's not like, hey, I'm wearing the jacket because I want to support them.
Yeah.
But it ain't looking good against the New York Knickerbockers.
No, it's not. I'm with you.
Play your game with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA.
Do me a favor. Don't make that the pick'em game tomorrow night
Because you want to pick Raps, but you don't want to pick Raps.
because I don't want to pick the Raps.
See, the thing, that
So I
line,
don't think they're going to win.
that line has been on FanDuel forever.
Yeah, right.
Because the NBA Cup lines have just been there forever. I would think that it's bigger. The line would be bigger.
What is it?
I should say.
5.5, 6.5.
It's only 4.
Oh, I like the Raps. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm back, baby.
Backwards. Interesting.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be. Obviously, it's in Toronto.
Well, maybe
But
they
still.
buy into your theory that the Raptors are saving something for the Cup.
They gotta be.
Can't show all your cards yet.
It's got to be it. All right, let's get to losers. TK, who you got?
Franz Wagner, unfortunately, loser of the weekend, took an ugly fall after a foul by Ariel Hukporti on a dunk attempt in the first quarter against the Knicks. Went up for a dunk. Hukporti tries to block it from behind on an alley-oop and just smashes into him, and a disgusting landing from Franz Wagner. I guess we're kind of saved by a lot of bodies being in the lane. You can't totally see what happens, but his leg landed underneath him. he's going to be checked out. We haven't heard anything yet, but it seems like he will miss significant time for the Magic. It's just really bad timing because, Franz is playing great. Had 32 on Friday, leading the Magic in scoring. They've really turned their season around, and he's on track, I think, to be an all-star for the first time this year. They also got Paolo Banchero back on Friday for his first game. He played both games over the weekend, and it looked to me like he was trying to fit in with the team, standing off to the side, playing off ball quite a bit. Usage percentage was very, very low for Paolo, so he was just trying to be a good teammate and figure out how he exists with this Magic team that's figured out how they want to play together. And then now he's going to have to snap back into Paolo Banchero mode without having Franz out there. And Franz Wagner was already wearing a mask. This guy's already been banged up a lot this season. Dude's been wearing the nose protector for weeks at this time. I think his injury with the knee here was almost exactly a year to the day that he went down with the oblique injury that took him out for a huge chunk of last season. So a lot of bad timing and an ugly looking injury for Franz Wagner. The way he grabbed his leg instantly, wasn't able to put any weight on it, limped off the court being held by Mo and another teammate. It was just bad.
Yeah. And another guy grabbed his leg. That was the weird part. Ariel Hukporti, the guy who fouled him, literally went and grabbed his knee, like literally physically touched his knee. And I think he was just being nice.
Yeah.
He just wanted him to be good, his fellow German player. They've used to play a long time ago.
Yeah.
The New York broadcast said they used to play on the junior national team together.
Right.
So I think they're just buds. But it was weird to literally physically touch his knee.
He's like, you're okay, you're okay.
Yeah, I guess he was just being
felt bad.
supportive.
Yeah, he did.
He did feel bad. I guess it will be long term, but not super long term. It feels like, it is TBD, but 4 to 6 weeks. I think you can definitely assume that at the very least. Paolo Banchero, I think, was playing the right way in this game. Also, the last game I thought he played when he was healthy before he got hurt. I think he was playing the right way against the Knicks that first quarter, just dishing. He is dishing. He will have to score. So I think he will tap in and be that guy. But hopefully Franz comes back to join him because the last year, as you said, the oblique injury, the Banchero injury, the Suggs injury, that stunk. We don't want that same thing to happen again because they got so many guys to play. And that's the good thing is that I don't think Banchero is going to feel like I got to score 25 because Bane is chipping in and Suggs is chipping in so much that he doesn't have to be this takeover guy. He just has to keep moving that thing.
True, but Franz Wagner, the way he plays, being downhill, determination, get to the basket, that's a tough loss because it's an attitude and a type of attack that they don't really have anyone else. I mean, Anthony Black has been going to the rim a lot more this year. You like to see that, but Franz is just so good. And he was on fire to start this game, too. He had 7 points immediately. It was 3 or 4 from the field. And then, this alley-oop play. And, did not. Yeah, you're right. We almost couldn't see a good angle of it, but you knew what was going on with the hyperextension there of how he landed. We'll find out today. Maybe in addition to Franz or the Magic losing him as a loser, what about Desmond Bane? Pegging OG Anunoby with the ball. Out of nowhere. This is the second time Bane has chucked a ball at somebody on the baseline. What's going on with this guy?
Winner of the weekend for me. Very funny clip.
Hilarious.
He has a chance. He just sets up and chucks it. He could have easily just dropped it on him, but no, that was a full windup. Bane is an ornery guy.
Yes.
Yeah. And people are wondering if that's where all the muscles is coming from.
Exactly.
There's a conspiracy going around.
I heard the same thing in The Water Boy. Yeah. Alligators are ornery because they got those short arms. Same thing for Desmond Bane.
Very weird. Because he got a tech, right, on that one.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was trying to use, I guess that was the excuse of I'm throwing it off a guy so it goes off of him and out of bounds. But the guy was already out of bounds.
Yeah.
But he was a step late. But he just does it now. Time number 2 this year.
Yeah. I mean, I like this, though, from Worldwide Wob, because he tweeted, I've had time to think about this, and then he placed the tinfoil hat on his head. A Gotham villain named Bane makes too much sense. Him and OG laughed about it after. I smell dubious brand activity and a Nike promo coming. All right? So Worldwide Wob is saying this idea of Desmond Bane being a villain there in New York City, in Gotham, it's too perfect.
It is.
And maybe it's a setup here for something coming, which would be hilarious.
Well, we got to have something coming because Matty O used to do a great Bane. We can already pre-do the thing that Yeah, the Desmond Bane will do with Matty O.
Okay.
In a cup.
Bummer news there for the Magic. Hopefully it's not too serious, like you're saying, Tess. Hopefully it's a couple weeks. I mean, the other part is, we had him on our All-Star team. Does this guy miss another All-Star opportunity if he is injured for a significant amount of time here? Right. I know he could still be named and then replaced, but God, that would suck because he was in the running last year.
Yep.
Before the oblique injury.
Yeah.
And then obviously because of the timing of it, it's like, okay, well, he's not playing, he's not making it and all that. So we'll see. We'll see with that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a lot of time to forget he was playing well.
Yeah.
You know, like 2 more months. You can forget that Franz was hooping in November.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tass, who do you have for a loser of the weekend?
Well, Chauncey Billups sold his house in the Portland area. And why he's a loser is that it looks like he ain't coming back to the Portland Trail Blazers. It sure feels that way. And some great reporting because the records became public records. Sean Huygen doing this reporting. Now, this is all speculation about in terms of his actual case going on because he did plead not guilty on November 24th. But this was quite a fast turnaround to literally be in this scenario and sell that thing. Now it's under the process, it's a pending sale, but it sure feels like it's going to be sold. And so that was a quick turnaround. Now you can speculate. He just doesn't want to be there anymore, won't be there anymore. Maybe this is a long case, and so he wants to get rid of that house.
It's not like it's its only house. Yeah.
No.
I don't know how many houses he has, but I'm sure he has more than one.
Yeah, he's staying in Colorado by all reports, Colorado Springs. So it has nothing to do with the case, but it sure feels like Billups ain't going back to Portland. Period. It feels that way. Now, again, it could be a very long case, and so the NBA wasn't going to let him come back while that was happening, and so he said he may have said, I'm just getting rid of this house. I don't need it in this scenario. But his next court appearance is going to be a procedural hearing in March 4th, 2026. So that is that.
March. Wow.
Yeah. So it could literally, by some speculation, some research, it could be multiple years that this case takes place. So he was going to be out of the Portland scenario, out of that bubble for multiple years anyway. And so it just feels like he ain't going back. Period.
Did you look up the house?
I did not. I read the reports. It's quite nice.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Lake Oswego. So a little bit of ways from Portland.
Any card tables set up in the photos? So. Too soon.
Check the Zillow. What do you got in there?
It's on a red fin. If anybody wants to look, it's there on
Will
red
Billups
fin.
ever coach again in the NBA?
Right.
Forget Portland, but like anywhere. Assistant coach. I just wonder. Who knows? I mean, it's not like he's old.
Yeah. And again,
could get cleared and all this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not guilty at this time.
Let's see what happens with the investigations, but it's not like he's been great with the Blazers.
No.
They never had a winning record when he was there. And unusual circumstances, like he took over at the end of the Damian Lillard tenure when the Blazers were trying to act like they weren't tanking, but they would shut Lillard down for the last month and a half of every season. They had a little bit of a spark last year playing defense in the second half of the year. That hasn't totally translated this year. Portland started 4-2. 5-13 since then. I need them to win games because I want the Bulls to get their pick.
Right.
And that's the bad thing for the Blazers is every win they get means they don't get a first-round draft pick. And this is a team that's still going to need to upgrade on the talent side of things because they don't have the number one guy out there. Shaedon Sharpe is still coming off the bench. He's been okay this season at best. They missed, I think they had Robert Williams and Klingon out, so they started Young Hansen against the Grizzlies, and he just looked not like an NBA player, speed-wise, compared to a guy who
And you think Avdia is more like the perfect number 2 type of guy in the long scheme of things?
Yeah, 2 at the best, yes. Yeah. I mean, like, Avdia's a good player, but I think we're seeing around the league that if you elevate a guy to number 1 who's talented, they're going to put up monster stats. Like, is Jalen Johnson really the best triple-double threat outside of Nikola Jokic, or does he seize the opportunity? Is Denny Avdia really a 25-point-per-game scorer on every NBA team? Doubtful, but he's helpful everywhere. He just shouldn't be the number 1 guy.
Yeah, they need a scoot back to complement him. That was the plan. And, yeah, it did look like Young Hansen was just too slow out there, unfortunately, in this game.
He's racing Zach Edey.
Yeah, he's definitely on. Yeah, it's a good race.
Weird bookkeeping question that nobody will care about except me. What, like, hypothetical, Billups comes back to the Blazers. Now, it probably won't be this year, so maybe this is, like, negated. But, like, Thiago Splitter is the interim head coach, correct?
Yeah.
So if Billups were to come back, would the record not go to Billups?
Yeah.
Are we sure?
All of Luke Walton's wins counted as Steve Kerr wins.
I know, in the incredible season there. But I wonder if this is they are being clocked as Tiago splitters on Basketball Reference. But maybe they're just like, he ain't coming back.
He's probably not.
Yeah.
Right.
So I guess they're splitters. They're your guys.
Yes, my Tiago splitter. Yeah, I was complimenting his assistant coaching, way before this Chauncey Billups scenario, but it is different in scenarios here than the Luke Walton, Steve Kerr scenario, obviously. This is very unique.
That was surgery, right, for Steve Kerr? Or
Back
surgery?
yeah.
He said never do that. Never have back surgery, as he said afterwards.
You go to Luke Walton's Basketball Reference coaching page, and for that 15-16 season, it says assistant coach led Golden State to a 39-4 start as interim head coach.
Yeah, they have like a note. Yeah.
While Steve Kerr recovered from back surgery.
Yeah.
That's detailed.
Yeah.
That's a long sentence to see in a box score.
All right.
What's the Tiago splitter one going to say?
Yeah.
Led Trailblazers to a 9-14 record as Chauncey Billups was investigated for being the face card in Operation Royal Flush while selling his house in Lake Oswego.
Yeah,
Jesus.
very nice.
There's a lot to put there.
That's a great one. On the opposite side of things, that's long. Young was on the box score just as Young yesterday at times, but it switched up. Then they flipped it to Young Hansen. They flipped it to Hansen Young, but it was just YANG. That's it.
Yep.
For a while.
Well, speaking of box scores, my loser of the weekend is Statisticians in charge of the NBA's all-time scoring list. These guys and gals, they must be pulling their hair out. Every time they make the list, it's like, oh, God damn it, got to change it again. Somebody's jumping somebody else because we had a couple milestones this weekend. On Friday, Kevin Durant became the 8th player to reach 31,000 points. Amazing. Other big names on the horizon for KD, too. He's going to pass a couple guys here soon. He needs 396 points to pass Wilt Chamberlain for 7th. At KD's current, let's call it 25 points per game. You're looking at like 16, 17 games it would take for KD to pass Wilt. And then after Wilt, Dirk Nowitzki. Durant needs like 537 points to pass him and take over 6th spot. So that could happen this year, should happen this year if KD stays fairly healthy. And then next up is Michael Jordan. So it's in play that Durant could pass Michael Jordan this year. Again, current average that he's at would take about 50 or so games to pass MJ. So he'd have to have a healthy run here. Because how many games are left at this point for some of these teams? You're running out of them is the point. He'd have to play in a lot, but he could maybe do it this year. On Saturday, though, James Harden passed Hall of Famer Carmelo Anthony for 10th place on the NBA's all-time scoring list. Incredible achievement. He noted, hey, I'm like only the 3rd guy in the top 10 that's a guard on this list. It's Jordan, it's Kobe, and now it's James Harden. And Harden will likely reach the 30,000 point club next season, but he could pass Shaq this year. He probably will pass Shaq in January or something like that in 26. He's a couple 100 points shy. And while we're doing it, while the statisticians are busy, Russell Westbrook passed Tim Duncan last week for 17th on the NBA all-time scoring list. So next up is Dominique Wilkins. So 3 guys that all played together on one team.
Yes, they
are
did.
now top 17 on the NBA's all-time scoring list. The 3 of them, KD, Harden, and Westbrook, and they're only going to climb more spots.
Tell me if this is true. James Harden is the 2nd most influential player of his generation. Number 1, Steph Curry.
Yeah, it has to be Curry. And I can't say I probably disagree with that. Who else is in the running?
3rd for me is Porzingis.
The unicorn.
Yeah. Everybody, we got 7-footers that shoot threes everywhere now after Porzingis became the unicorn. Steph, you see his influence in the way people are taking deep threes and the three-point revolution in general. But I think the way Harden attacks is something that the best scorers in the NBA, all of them do it. He's got the in-between-the-legs dribble size up that you see from everybody, from him to Luka Doncic. If you're a perimeter player now, you have to have a step-back three-pointer. That was James Harden as the innovator, though I will say Ben Gordon brought it to the league first. James Harden, though, weaponized it. Yeah, for sure. And then, I mean, when you compare him to the best scorer in the league today, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they're very equivalent players in the foul drawing that they do and understanding how to use a defender's aggressiveness and balance against them, and knowing the ins and outs of the rule book to get your way to the free throw line. So Harden to me is a guy that I've always loved. I've always thought he was unguardable. And I think that as his career has played out, you've seen a lot of guys taking things from James Harden's game to become better basketball players and to become better scorers. And now everybody in the league averages 25 points per game.
It's a hell of an argument. It's difficult to disagree. Daryl Morey would absolutely give you a huge hug for that statement. Daryl Morey was the guy who said James Harden is the best offensive player in the history of the National Basketball Association because of the way he does make himself an offense. He's the system, as he says. And yeah, you can obviously see him in Luka and others. So as far as generations go, yeah, I guess the LeBron was... Obviously, that's the previous generation.
Well, I just don't think you can't play like LeBron and Kevin Durant. That's the problem for me.
Right.
It's more hard to be like those guys.
Right. Yeah, Harden, when he pointed out even Kobe and MJ being ahead of him on the all-time scoring list, he's like, and those guys were high flyers, like athletic freaks was his point. Like, I'm not really that, but I've scored a whole lot of points with the three-point shot, with attacking the free throw line, cerebral, like the way he's just obviously intelligent basketball player and figured out the rules and all that and how to game them a little bit. And it's just a bucket.
You look at the top 10.
Harden. I can't think of another name in their generation.
Looking at the top 10, LeBron led the league in assists one year. I think Wilt led the league in assists one year, right? Like when he set out to lead the league in assists. And then Harden led the league in assists a couple of times. That is kind of unusual to be such a big-time scorer, and then kind of after leaving Houston, after he was like 35 points per game every single night, became a table setter for a long time, especially playing on the Sixers. And he's just been able to toggle back and forth between, am I a point guard or am I a scoring guard? I think it's impressitive. Yeah. And then he just gives it back on the other end. But we're talking about top 10 points scored. So who cares about the other side?
Yeah. The interesting thing is the argument for Kristaps Porzingis. That's going to be the thing that he'll be remembered for forever. And it's good for him that Kevin Durant never listed himself at 7 feet and never was, a power forward or whatever you want to call him, because the zinger, he never was himself. But there's other. That's why I guess Towns calls himself the best big man shooter of all time. He wants what Porzingis had, but that's the thing that Porzingis will always be associated with, because he never got to the peak of Kristaps that we all expected, I assume.
The other loser of the weekend, I just wanted to slip in here, might be in play for worst of the week come Friday. Did you see the smoke machine that would not turn off in Utah?
I did not, no.
Oh, you didn't? I shared it in the Slack channel, but it's a pretty damn funny clip. The thing's just firing off smoke, like sort of like a pyrotechnic-like vibe, and they couldn't figure out how to turn it off for a little bit. So just looked amazing. They had to keep playing. They're like, I guess we'll just keep going.
Roll it out there. I had something similar happen at a Mexican restaurant recently. I ordered a delicious plate of fajitas, and it came out and filled the entire restaurant with smoke. I don't know what they put on it. Like usually it's got the steaminess.
It does it for a little bit.
Yeah, it feels like a show. It's like it's marketing for that plate of fajitas.
100%. Smells good, looks good.
Let me get some of those onions. But this one was. They overdosed on whatever they put. People are just, everybody looking around. What's going on here? Tasted great, though. Really piled up the meats. I got the meats, though. Nice. Chicken, steak, and shrimp. I had to go in for a second layer of tortillas.
Oh, you had that many, eh?
Yeah, buddy.
Damn. So what was the smell change at all, or just
I don't
pure
know
steamer?
What was going on. It was just insane. I appreciated it. Yeah. I was done. Good. By the time I was finished, I'd left. It was like a disappearing act. The man disappeared behind the flume of smoke.
Incredible.
A tiny other loser here, a guy who could also put on a show like he was a plate of fajitas, is Cam Whitmore. I'm worried about him becoming another Cam, becoming Cam Reddish. He is underperforming with the Washington Wizards, so much so that head coach Brian Keefe kind of called him out in a post-game press conference, said he is not playing up to the standards, and that's why he is a DNP CD. When you got Brian Keefe calling you out, he didn't have to do that, but he seems like a Cam Reddish who I had lots of faith in, considering what he is on the floor at times. Incredible athlete. Cam Whitmore has some incredible dunks this season.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But he doesn't buy in. And you can see some of those clips where he doesn't buy in defensively and doesn't want to buy in offensively either to what Brian Keefe is planning. It sure feels like. So that's a scenario here. I was surprised when I looked at Cam Reddish's his webpage on Basketball Reference and how many games he played. I was a little surprised.
How low it was?
Yeah, well, I don't know. It seemed like he was around a while. Maybe it's just because we did an emergency podcast on him when he was traded. Thinking
that's his claim to fame at this point.
Yeah, it's his claim to fame. Well, I would say when he was with the Atlanta Hawks and he cooked against the Milwaukee Bucks, he had 4 games. He was 9 of 14 from 3 in the playoffs. The guy was cooking. He's cooking like he was fajitas. So how many games do you think he played in his career?
That's a cool nickname, actually. Fajitas. It gets hot fast.
Yeah, it is good. It's like the new age microwave. Yeah.
Cam Reddish.
You go first.
250
I
games.
think he's. Oh, I thought he's high, but
He's right. That's super close.
Wow.
254.
okay.
Yeah, he's playing in
200.
Yeah. Well, okay.
I saw over the weekend he left his Lithuanian team, Cam Reddish.
Might be coming back, I guess.
Oh, we should do an emergency podcast on that. That should have been a running bit. Any tiny bit of Cam Reddish news, we do an emergency podcast.
Will Cam Whitmore get to 254 games?
Oh, God,
I assume he will.
But that's not great. I mean, I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't know he was getting DNP CDs for a bad Washington team.
Yeah, I think it was just one.
Oh, okay. Sending a message.
Just one. Kiefer.
Okay.
Sending a message. He's played in 119 games thus far in year number 3. Okay. Super young.
He's going to pass him. I believe in Cam.
I agree.
But who knows? I saw somebody asking on Twitter, who's going to play more games from starting now, LeBron James or Joel Embiid? I was like, oh.
Starting now?
Starting now. LeBron's turning 41.
Oh, I'm taking Joel Embiid in a heartbeat. He's playing.
Yeah, not well, I guess.
I saw them play against each other last night.
Yeah, that's right.
Mini winner right there, LeBron against the 76ers. That was
that's
cool.
Perfect segue. Wobbly of the night, unsullied by sponsorship since last Friday when a guy paid $10 in the stream team for it, and then we screwed it up. LeBron James, Wobbly, he gets Wobbly. 10 of his 29 points in the final 425 as the Lakers beat the 76ers on Sunday. LeBron was hitting big shots and like mashing all of his celebrations into one. He was doing the silencer and putting on the crown. He was doing everything. He shot 12 of 17 from the field, 4 of 6 from deep for LeBron. 7 boards, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block in 34 minutes. Yeah, Joel Embiid had a rough game. He was like 4 of 21 or something. Yeah. It was bad. He was not botching layups at the rim. But he's got no lift.
He's got no lift. He's a jump shooter right now.
Yeah. But LeBron, there you go. That was an entertaining game. So I'm going to slip it in here in Woboy. He bounced back.
He bounced back. He had 29 after what? I guess he had 10 the game before he had 8.
That's right.
Yeah, he was hooping. But both the Lakers and the 76ers would be high on my reliable watches list. Like, they always play close games, I feel like, both of these teams. So you get them together, guess what? Close game.
Yeah. It was an entertaining game for sure on Sunday. Pick'em Tass. Tonight, where are we going? Not a lot of games on. We got a weird week because of the Cup, which starts Tuesday and then Wednesday, the quarterfinals, but not a lot of games tonight.
Only 3 on Monday night here. Going to Minnesota. They are favored by a ton. 10.5 points. I think Minnesota does play down to their opponent a little bit, so that's why I'm taking Phoenix to keep it within 10. Trey, you're with me. Skeets, you got Minnesota. They're going by 11 or more, and they have won 5 in a row. Well, plenty of close ones in that streak.
They have, but I will say, to go back to the Cup, because we respect it so much.
The Cup.
Poor Suns, man. Getting the short end of the stick here when it comes to the schedule. Like, they're playing tonight. And then they play on Wednesday in the Cup game.
They got a day off.
Well, come on. The other teams, the other 3 teams in the West, they're good. OKC played yesterday. Lakers played yesterday. Spurs. I mean, they got a nice chunk of time off.
Yeah, but they're playing
just
like
saying, man.
they're
I'm
playing
just
like the
saying.
Eastern Conference teams.
My point is,
Like they get one day off between Sunday
the
and
Suns
Tuesday.
are looking ahead to that Cup game task. Maybe they have to like take their foot off the gas here a little tonight. Maybe we have a Minnesota blowout.
Maybe.
Oh,
Nice.
that's my reason.
Nice take.
That's my reasoning. You got to come up with a reason when you do this stuff, don't you?
You sure do.
Can't just say, I don't know. Minnesota by 11. But I got the Wolves.
Yeah, the other two games are Kings at Pacers.
I'm wrong. The Spurs play tonight.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say the Spurs at the Pelicans. The Pelicans.
Easier game.
Yeah, that's
true.
also 10.5 point spread there in New Orleans, where the Pelicans are the worst team in the NBA. Bulls might be playing like it. The Pelicans have the worst record, 3-21.
Yeah.
Guess who one of those wins is against?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just plug it because literally we should be sent to New Orleans. It's free to get in there practically.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It's so cheap right now.
Well, you know, our buddy Grish took his son, was that last year?
I think so.
And sat courtside for pretty affordable. Like, I'm talking feet on the wood courtside, row 1.
Yeah.
And it's affordable compared to basically
super
any other
affordable.
arena. You can get in good seats. Good seats available in the Smoothie King Center right
Yeah,
now.
that's why the cameras, I assume, are doing zoom ins on
Yeah,
players,
you
so
said
they don't
that.
want to see the empty seats. But why aren't we being sent? We could literally get in free and do a great
Being sent
story
by
on
who?
set. Somebody.
The Pelicans, you're saying, should send us.
Well, no.
We should
The
live
Pelicans don't
podcast
want
during games.
Pelicans don't want coverage of their team right now.
Oh, interesting. Probably true, actually.
How about we'll go for Tuesday, April 7th, their last home game against the Utah Jazz.
That'd be cheap.
Okay.
That'll be cheap.
We get some
That will be a
courtside, man.
very cheap ticket, I imagine.
7-hour drive.
Oh, Dave said don't do that. Grish, he did that. He's like, I'm not doing that again. I'll fly next time. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just long enough. It's
It's
taken all day.
It's beyond the threshold.
Yeah.
Like, what's the threshold? Like 4 to 5.
Yeah, 4 to 5 to me is the threshold for a 1 day.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know if you're going to do it there and back like we did the Grizzlies that one time, but
Oh yeah, that's tough.
that's a lot. We should have stayed the night too. A lot of regrets.
Yeah. You know, for our first run through, it wasn't perfect.
No.
But next little
We
weekend,
just showed up at the arena, watched the game, literally got right
See
back
you
in the
later.
car. And see you later. Get out of here.
we got to go to Buc-ee's. And I learned
did go to
from
Buc-ee's.
Task that if you throw your car into neutral and coast down the hill, you can make it to the gas station.
Yeah, that was impressive.
That was impressive. We were like Cole Trickle out there.
Cold trickle. Yeah, well, people will say, "Oh, you're actually burning gas." Sure.
was
Whatever,
cool,
man. Neutral's cool, man. It's the only cool thing I do. It's fun. It's just fun to be in neutral. Am I right, JD?
I mean,
No.
I wouldn't
person.
recommend
I like
doing
being
it.
in gear. You shouldn't do it.
I do like being
I thought I'd get
I mean,
some.
flying down a hill in neutral is pretty not safe.
Why? You have a brake. You can stop at any time.
Oh my god.
What do you mean, my God? What are you scared of? Put it in gear if you need to put it in
Maybe
gear.
that's why we got pulled over instead. It wasn't for
was going
speeding. It was
to-
you just
It is
driving me.
illegal to not be in gear while your car is in motion.
Oh yeah,
is. I'm telling you, it
the
is.
police officer is very aware if you're in
Well,
gear
of
or
course
not.
But
Unless we
Hilarious.
told them.
I thought
it's not advisable, is what I'm saying. If you're in a manual transmission, sure, coast for a bit, but
Right.
you should be in gear. Come on.
yeah.
Especially these hills go through Tennessee.
I saw Bump JD didn't have his back. He was like, I'm going to go to JD for this. He's going to be like, hell yeah, it's awesome.
Well, I don't care. I'm
Well,
still doing
download,
it.
man. I got a kid out there driving a manual car.
He's got a manual car. Oh yeah, he's driving a
Yeah, he
manual
drives
car.
a manual.
Wow.
He's the only teenager out there driving
Yeah.
a manual these days.
In North America, probably. Wow, that's awesome. That's cool. That's why I thought you'd have my back as a manual driver.
I have your back in that it's fun.
It's fun.
I'm just saying it's not advisable.
What about when you're reversing on a hill?
Ooh.
Do you need to put it in reverse, or can you just neuter it?
Just let it go. Well, what do you
Super
do in the
fun.
driveway here?
Neuter it, man.
Hell yeah.
It's risky for sure.
Damn.
It's dumb.
Are you actually putting it in neutral, or are you just hitting the clutch and letting it fly back?
Well, I don't have a gear.
You got an
Not
electric
anymore.
car. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it has neutral.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. But it's fun. It's so fun. I miss the days, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, guys, we'll call it there. If you enjoyed this one, hit the like button, subscribe. Podcast listeners, 5-star ratings and reviews. Tomorrow, special guest going to be on the show. A doctor. Dr. Borchers? Is that how you say his name?
Yes.
Okay.
Dr. James Borchers, but he goes by Jim as well.
Dr. Jim.
I've already done some research on that. Dr. Jim. We call him Dr. Jim.
You got to
We
call him
him
doctor. Jesus.
Dr. J.
Dr. J. It's going to teach us some things that we don't know about.
Okay. All right. Well, that's tomorrow's show. In addition to the games from tonight, any big stories. So join us at 10 a.m. Eastern. Until then, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Well, thanks for joining us. And remember, it's snowing here in Atlanta on the set. That's why I'm segueing to that, JD, because I needed to ask you.
Stop snowing.
It stopped. There it is. It's back.
That's back. It's
Although somebody asked what frame rate we're operating at, because D-Scoop thinks it's going aggressively fast. That blizzard.
Snow?
Is it fast?
Blizzard, yeah.
It's just
Wait, are the frame rate of the show or the frame rate of the snow?
the snow monitor. He literally thinks it's faster than a 1.0.
I mean, I could slow it down, I guess, but
No, I'm not asking you if you want to slow it down. I'm just asking you what the rate is.
goddamn blizzard out there, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Be careful on the roads. Don't put it in neutral. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Embrace the day, people.